Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Geek Culture Congress. Another 3 episodes on Ironheart up right now. Disney Plus. We're going to talk about the first 3 chapters today, tonight, wherever you're watching or listening to this. Thank you so much for joining us. Joined by my good friends, Mr. Tarek Lewis, Joy Franchise, and Richie Ortiz. Say hi, gentlemen.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a great evening, or if you're listening to this on the playback, wherever you are listening to this at. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on Wild 94.1's YouTube channel or the podcast feed, or you're just watching a replay on the many social media platforms. So we are on. This is the Geek Culture Congress podcast. We talk everything geek, nerd, and comic book and fantasy and sci-fi and everything else in between here on the show. Me and Joey, we got spoiler-free reviews we dropping right now, live on the show, live.
Clever girl.
Yes, live on the show.
You let that music ride for a long time that time.
I did. Yes, I did. Because I had the wrong settings on. Jurassic World Rebirth. No Colin. Okay? No hyphens, no commas. I got the email today. It's all just 3 words. Okay, Joey?
What's 3 words?
The title of the movie. They emailed me. They're like, before you write your review, there's no colon, no semicolon, no colon. There's no commas. There's no
World.
rebirth.
You gotta say semicolon, Speedy. Come on now.
Semicolon, whatever the heck you call it. Yeah, whatever you want to put after Jurassic World, don't put anything. Okay? Yeah, they're gonna get mad. We're gonna give our spoiler-free review here live on the show, and let's talk first. Before we do that, let's talk first about Ironheart episodes 1, 2, and 3. Who wants to go first?
I can go. I wasn't here last week.
Goes.
Are we spoiling?
Yeah, I mean, come on. You had a whole week to watch it.
It's been a week.
You had a whole week.
Well, first off, it's okay. It's not amazing. You could tell that it's something that Disney was looking at, and they shelved it for such a long time, and they did so because it was like, But I will say there are some cool things. It's probably the only show recently that has made like a bunch of cool callbacks to like stuff that has already happened within the timeline, and a lot of the shows don't really do that as much, and they've really tied in a lot of old like MCU lore to this show, like the Iron Man stuff, like from the original movie. You got Obadiah Stane's son.
Yeah,
Zeke Stane.
That was a nice little.
That was cool. Zeke Stane. Yeah, that was
Zeke Stane.
Really cool. But I really like the Red Hood's character. Anthony Ramos is phenomenal. I think he's the one really like holding this show, or really piquing my interest into the show. And just seeing where the magic portion of it's going to go. And I know that's pretty much going to be the second half. I feel like the first half was just strictly about, Tech and, Riri's journey to kind of build her suit again and work on being iconic. I think that's the first half, and the other 3 that are dropping like right now are going to be based off the magic. And we're going to get a deeper dive into Red Hood, a lot of Mephisto stuff that's speculated around the Red Hood. So far, it's been a decent watch. I'm not ecstatic about it. I could do. Let's just say there's more good than there is bad. I think my only gripe is just how the AI looks. Her Natalie AI is just like wildly like realistic. But I will say, I mean, it's pretty much Tony Stark's barf technology. That's kind of why she looks the way she does. And I forgot like how realistic everything was looking in Civil War when he introduced the barf technology for the first time. I don't like all the hip jokes. Like, I feel like they're so dated. The other jokes and the slang are really dated. You could tell it was, like I said, really, it sat on the shelf for a little while because a lot of the lingo, some people don't even use those words anymore, slang wise. But overall, It's a 6 out of 10 in my book as far as the series goes. With
6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, none of the Disney Plus series really kind of haven't really done it for me in a while since WandaVision and maybe Moon Knight.
Yeah, what?
Maybe Moon Knight.
Maybe interrupt your review.
They didn't stick the landing in Moon Knight for me.
Here comes Derek.
6 out of 10. That's it. That's his review. Let him have it.
Yeah, let me live, bro. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
See, that could
if it's over 5, it's good,
bro. That could change tonight.
Yeah.
Goon without me says you're right. Says you're good. 6-10. That's a consensus.
Yeah. 6 out of 10 is not a trash review.
Derek, you're next.
I agree with Joey.
Okay.
Maybe not on the same reasons. Like I guess I didn't. I'm old as hell, so I didn't really register how old the phrases were. It didn't really register with me how old they were. It started slow, in my opinion. It started slow. It was like, yo. Well, it started fast, but it started off uninteresting.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, yo. You gotta watch out.
It started fast, but it ended on
the chat is getting spicy tonight. What's going on?
Sex life.
Relax, dog.
So it started out kind of like, oh, this might be a little corny or whatever. But I think by that last episode, we got some depth. We got some character depth and some like, and I'm with you, Ramos. I forgot his first name.
Anthony Ramos.
Ramos.
Yeah. He's holding it down. I'm sure the sweaties and some of the more conservative Marvel fans, if there's still any left, would be upset.
We got
with the diversity of it. I initially, when they first introduced those characters, I was like, oh, come on. Like, do they have to force this on us? But then it just felt it didn't feel like anything else was forced. It was just like, okay, we got, several characters to have, particular pronouns. And sometimes that can feel forced. I don't think they did this time. So, I mean, it was there and it's like, well, and it wasn't something that was pushed. So I think some people might hesitate just hearing that they have pronoun characters and, people with different sexual identities, but it's not a part of the story. So it doesn't feel forced. So I hope people will open up and be able to go and watch it and just enjoy. It's a heist. I like that they did it as a heist situation.
It's like a heist situation, but not just one heist. Like it's it's ongoing. Like it's a whole hustle.
Like a Fast and Furious for people with degrees. You know what I'm saying? For people who got a certificate in Microsoft Teams.
Right.
And yeah, the magic element. Everyone's saying before. Well, we'll see. Well, did they make it clear that it was Mephisto? Did I miss that?
No, they haven't yet.
I mean, it's in the casting, and Sacha Baron Cohen is Mephisto. So
yeah. So that's dope. And the way the episode left off, I was kind of like, oh, we're getting real on this. This is not going to be just a fun show about her getting her
armor right,
her armor, and having her friend as AI. This is not just a fun show. This is going to be. We're going to have some depth about like what it means to be a hero or not a hero. How far are you willing to go? Okay. So I'm cool with it, but I still say 6 out of 10 because it's not like it didn't have me like locked in, so to speak. Like you said, I compare it to Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight was good, but it didn't have me like locked in. I would say I was probably locked into Hawkeye and locked into Loki. And locked
about Loki, yeah. I keep forgetting Loki.
Yeah, locked into Loki and locked in. I was locked into WandaVision. And I liked Agatha. I liked it, and it was good. So far, Ironheart is not quite as good as Agatha. So yeah, I put it around. I put it around Moon Knight, and better than Miss Marvel.
Good.
All right, fair enough.
For me,
go ahead, Rich.
I'm giving it a 5. And it's only because 1, it started off kind of slow. 2, how is the hood Like,
Okay.
and I'm gonna call him Robin Hood for a second because my man is just out here making CEOs sign contracts. And you mean to tell me that the police they can't get the police involved when they sign these contracts under duress?
Yeah, it was a little weird. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
like
whatever.
that was
Uh,
one thing. So I do like the little Robin Hood aspect of it. Like they're trying to like fix things to make things better for themselves. I do like how dark it is. As far as there is shooting in this. You already seen, I guess, two deaths in this now.
yeah,
Um, and also, one thing that I really don't like is how is Riri Williams gonna do this internship with the Wakandans and with the Black Panther, and then all of a sudden turn into a life of crime? Like that just doesn't make sense to me. So
Well,
I
that
think
was
this.
under wraps. Like a lot of that stuff was MIT wasn't aware of the things that she was doing in Wakanda. I think it was disguised that way, but like to their knowledge, they didn't know she was out here fighting mermaids and or sea people and Namor's
I
Atlanteans.
I'm just no. I'm not even talking about that part. I think, dude, this girl was damn near an Avenger, helping out the Black Panther, doing all that fighting and stuff, saving the world at one point. And then you mean to tell me this girl's gonna do this internship with the Wakandans, and then she's gonna turn to a life of crime? So it's like that I think it's just a little far fetched
Same
for
thing
me.
happened with Sam Wilson. His ass went back to New Orleans and he was, he was broke. The man was at the bank asking for loans.
He was, and I get it. So, like, one thing I will say is that the story. If you ever wondered what Iron Man would be like if he was broke, you got Riri Williams. So, like, I do like the kind of like, hey, and the constant jabs at this economy, this, and the what money will do to people.
Mm,
I guess that may be a part of the show, and how money is such a vital thing in her, and probably what made Tony Stark so valuable, all puns intended, because he had all that money and he was able to do whatever he wanted with it.
right.
Um, I do like kind of the Ezekiel comedy relief. That's pretty good, and you see, how he kind of plays a part into it. But I feel like he's gonna play a way bigger part when it comes to the end. You can kind of see in the beginning of the show how he kind of he's like a ticking time bomb, and I feel like that may play into the show later on. The same way, Hood right now, Riri's with Hood and helping him out, but we already saw in the third episode, he has kind of like these psychic powers with the Hood as well, and it kind of revealed how his cousin died. So obviously, that last episode being called "We in Danger, Girl." Now things are gonna kick off. So maybe it will get better. Right now I'm giving it a 5 just because of the plot holes and some of the things that I don't agree with, but
Dang.
we'll see.
5. Come again.
Hopefully it gets better. I just don't see how you could be a superhero and then all of a sudden turn to a life of crime with the suit, with the iron suit. Like the police aren't gonna realize there's an iron suit somewhere. Like, come on,
like
man.
like
That's
like the police saw her face. Like who else is in what were they in Chicago? Who else is flying around Chicago in an iron suit? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know,
that officer.
I
That
mean,
officer
come
got
on.
shot. The officer got shot though.
Yeah, he's probably a little mad though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He survived.
He's spicy.
Yeah, the officer got shot. He didn't die. You don't mean to tell me my man's in his report's gonna be like, yo, somebody in an iron suit came out of the ground and then I
Oh
got
man,
shot.
that's at least 100 suspects in
Black
Chicago.
woman in her
Not
20s, and she's in a large white
We
iron suit.
don't. First off, we don't know what part of Chicago that was. That could have been on O Block, and we ain't know about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Chicago got the
Yeah.
suburbs too. Outside suburbs don't really people don't really count that. She probably in
Listen,
a county somewhere.
I didn't have high expectations for the show because I thought it was refreshing that this is a whole new story that a lot of people aren't very familiar with. So they had a lot that they could play with here. Love the callbacks, like Joey said. Love the fact that they're tying in Iron Man villains into it, which is
Yeah.
why I think Ezekiel's gonna end up playing a part into it later on.
Hmm.
But man, there's just a lot of plot holes for me and a lot of Sorry, a lot of stuff that
Oh, we
doesn't
can
make.
curse. Fuck the.
Hey, there's a lot of shit
This
that
is
don't
not a
make
family
sense in this
friend.
shit.
Spicy. Y'all don't cuss during that damn Jurassic World.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit that
That
don't make
Jurassic World was
sense.
insane, dog. You
What
gotta
up? What up, Dustin? I see you over there.
And Dustin's doing his thing. Goon without me is loving you, bro. He's
Oh.
like he's like yeah. He said, "Damn, 5'10", no pass. Try again, Disney."
Yo.
Shout out to Goon, man. He's in the Twitter representing, man. All right, and then the Twitch, should I say?
The title of "We in Danger Girl." I thought I don't know if anybody caught what the reference was. I think that's
Molly, we in danger, girl.
Yeah, from Ghost, right?
Yeah, from Ghost.
Right, yeah.
From Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh,
when
from
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi
Yo, Molly,
Man.
you in danger, girl.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg said that. I was like, oh, I wonder.
I didn't remember that.
They tried to do that. Or just
that went over my head. I will say that ladies and gentlemen, this show was probably even worse than what we're getting right now. I think Ryan Coogler pulled the okie dokie and saved this with some
I think so too.
after the fact reviewing and spicing it up and some retakes. You know what I mean? Because it does have some glaring plot holes. You know,
A lot.
And it's why it's okay. Is it entertaining? It was entertaining. So I think the promise of Red Hood and Mephisto is pretty cool. I like to see where that goes. Do I really care about the character and the whole and her backstory too much? Not really, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping to care a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not feeling her backstory at all too much. I think it's cool. The representation's cool. I don't know. It's entertaining. I guess you can't really ask for much more. You know what I mean? It's something to watch. We got 3 episodes. Now we got a total of 6 episodes. It's something to like. Says it was entertaining, quote unquote. Yeah, I'll fall asleep or do laundry, or eat lunch to this. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like I'll eat my lunch and watch an episode.
I was literally like on my
I'm with you, Goon.
My Switch too.
Yeah.
Just like kind of checking in every now and then in certain episodes. I think the first episode had me like locked in because I just kind of wanted to see what the premise was going to be or how they were going to kind of lead the show. And you kind of feel the slow build going on. And they're going into her like Chicago backstory, how she grew up, the loss of her stepdad, her best friend. And then, it kind of like at moments with drag, even with the heist stuff. I'm not a big fan of either of the actors from like the crew either. I think like the acting part, like they're acting, not like them personally or like them like
I was cool with it. I was cool.
I was really crazy about the acting. I wasn't crazy about the acting. It just seemed like very like I don't know. I just feel like the script and how they wrote the dialogue for a lot of these characters was at times pretty cheesy. Outside of like Anthony Ramos and like Zeke Stain, I think like they've had some really good dialogue.
I think the most interesting character will probably be Red Hood, and probably the only reason why to watch this show. You know what I mean?
You guys hear that static?
Say it again.
You hear static?
Static? No.
I do not.
Maybe that's me.
Maybe it's you.
I asked people if they were watching it because I don't think a lot of people even knew it was coming out. I don't know how much they market it is. Like we know it, but I don't know if I don't want to call anybody a casual Marvel fan, but I don't know if anybody was checking. So a lot of people didn't know. So I posted about it. And some people who had watched it did say they had critiques of the acting.
But
it
just wasn't believable. Like I didn't believe any of those characters, like that were like for the assembled like the heist team. I didn't believe any of them. You could tell like they're either like up and comers, like newcomers. Like I get that, cool. You're getting your feet wet, but man, it was just kind of hard to watch sometimes. Like. Hearing these guys like talk, like especially like the brother, Anthony Ramos's brother, I wasn't really like too crazy on like
his cousin. You mean
his cousin? Yeah. He had his moments, but then like
it was alright.
But then he'd have bad lines every like he
some of the thugs, characters are just like, why? I guess
that was cool that
somebody to hate.
One of the heist members is from Madripoor. That's another cool.
Yeah, that was cool. A little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we don't got to worry about that damn cousin no more.
Oh yeah, he done.
He done.
Listen,
He done.
You
I
know,
think
Y'all,
I think
y'all
one of
got a
the
big fan
biggest
in the chat.
one of the biggest disservices though is
Mm.
they must have not had a large like the financing or a large budget because how are you gonna kill off Eric Andre after one episode?
Yeah, they did Eric Andre dirty in that.
Dirty, dirty.
but
Actually,
his character's still relevant. It
yeah.
seems
If
like.
wait, no, but first off, you know the rule in Marvel, bro. Like you ain't
Mm.
dead unless it's seen on screen. So we ain't see him die on screen. So I think that character comes back later.
Bro, the police found him. Like he
Like,
dead.
did we get a picture?
That's true too.
He's,
They
he's
didn't, they didn't have enough money to pay for it. That's what happened.
You know what? Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury died too in Captain America Winter Soldier and popped right back up.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it is a comic book
and they're
show,
all
so
like schemers and scammers and you know, he was Riri's replacing him.
Hmm.
So, you know, he may have something up his sleeve. I think one of these characters is coming back that supposedly died. I don't think they both. I'm hoping it's not the cousin, not because he's a bad actor, but I don't want the heaviness of her leaving him to be undone. Like, oh, he wasn't actually dead. You know,
Eric Andre
Yo,
is probably
Goon,
the third most popular cast member.
shout out
on
to
that
Goon,
show.
man. He's going crazy in the chat by
Goon is
himself.
right though. They had enough money to hire Eric Andre, but not enough to kill his ass
It's-
on screen.
I think it's apparent that it's not a perfect show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, watch it with you know at your own risk. There you go.
it's better than Miss Marvel. That's all. I
Yeah,
would say.
hey,
Better than Miss Marvel.
you know, it's apples and apples to me at this point. You know, all the mid shows. You know,
Maybe my blackness is making me say that.
it could be worse. It could be Acolyte level. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Listen,
better
you
than
know?
Acolyte.
Yeah,
Like
this is
you
definitely
said,
better than Acolyte.
It's entertaining. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm kind of invested now that I've watched. Good thing that they put out 3 episodes. I will say that because the first 2 episodes I felt like they were a little too quick. There was
Yeah, they were like,
it was a slow burn, and you know the fact now where we're at, it was a good setup. You know the fact that we're gonna get 3 episodes tonight.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so.
We get
Allegedly.
3 more episodes. We get 3 more episodes tonight, and hopefully it's a lot more that goes into it. Maybe a little bit more fighting because I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not liking Riri Williams as the anti-hero right now, and as essentially a villain right now because she's a criminal.
right.
That's the angle I like for this because it's unique. But yeah, it can't be. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like the first two, I got my iron ready right now to iron some clothes. Like I got to do something. I got to sit and watch the show.
Chat in the background, listen to the dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some action going on. Let me look at it.
Oh, okay. Let me hop on. Let me hop on or whatever. But,
Yeah, that's what it's at right now. I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely, I almost really, honestly, I want to agree with you, Rich. I kind of want to give it a 5 just because it was, I think Marvel should hold themselves to a higher standard. But I could see where somebody would give it a 6 out of 10. Right
Well,
now,
you can see you can see the reason why Bob Iger stepped in and said, "Yo, we got to cut this shit out."
Yeah.
Like we got.
And I tell you, there exists probably worse than Acolyte level version of this show. I bet $20 on it.
I can see that.
Yeah. So, I think Rich is rebooting Rich.
Yeah,
but we will continue to watch it, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Got to justify that Disney Plus subscription.
Facts.
Yeah, real talk.
I got that with the commercials, Teal. So that.
Listen, even with the 5, I'm interested. I'm gonna keep on watching it. It's a new story. I want to see how it ends up, and I want to see how this sets up for the new phase.
There was something I said that it leads in. I think Ryan Coogler. I don't know where the source is, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think Ryan Coogler hinted that the last episode hints at Avengers Doomsday.
Okay, interesting. We'll see about that. Let's get into me and Joey. We got to see a preview of Jurassic World Rebirth.
I'm gonna sit back for this one because I haven't seen it yet.
No,
We're
no, we're
not
not.
spoiling
No
anything.
spoilers. No spoilers. We talked about we're not going to spoil anything. Okay, so don't worry. This is a spoiler-free review because we do have to submit it officially. Joey, go ahead and give us your take on the movie, Jurassic World Rebirth.
All right. Well, listen. First off, I am a huge Jurassic Park nerd. I mean, I remember going '93 when the first one came out as a kid. Me and my
He got
pops.
Jurassic Park Legos in his office.
I got Jurassic Park Legos
Damn.
in the office. Yeah, so I remember me and my pops used to sneak into that movie all the time. It was like our favorite movie. So growing up, Jurassic Park was my shit. So anytime a Jurassic Park movie drops, I'm always first in line to go see that. So with that being said, I don't want to go too hard on the movie, but I'm giving it all. I'm giving off the strength. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was okay. Like it's good. Like I mean, what's not to appreciate? In Jurassic World, like you got to know what you're getting when you're going to see these movies, man. You got to expect dinosaurs just fucking shit up, chaos, somewhat of an adventure. It kind of felt like a National Treasure vibe, sort of, just because of like the mission that they're on. I mean, the synopsis, and you've seen in trailers, is with like Scarlett Johansson's like a mercenary, and she's on a mission, has her team. They go hunting to find a cure for said disease in the movie. And and they get caught up on the wrong island where they're experimented on dinosaurs, and they were creating shit. Because you remember, and they cool because they call back to stuff that was going on in Jurassic World and the previous movies.
A little bit here and there.
I thought there was some pacing issues at times. They have they have a family aspect in the movie too, so you got two perspectives in the movie. I think I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I thought some of the dinosaur scenes, like the T-Rex scene that you've seen in the trailers, was really good. Scarlett Johansson, yeah, with the Tyrannosaurus going underneath and swimming and shit. I was like, bro, that was nuts. But
don't spoil it now. Don't spoil it.
I'm trying to get out of spoiler territory because I know you guys. It comes out tomorrow. Scarlett Johansson was great, but I don't feel like she really commanded the movie. I feel like the movie more so focused more so on the family aspect of the situation. And I get it. They're trying to get families and kids to come watch the movie. I don't know why, because some of them dinosaurs look scary as shit. They look crazy, like aliens type. But but like they're also trying to sell toys, and you'll see why in the movie at some point. But 6 out of 10. I mean, it's a Jurassic Park movie. It's just dinosaurs fucking shit up. Only this time it's just it was kind of weird with all the experimented on dinosaurs, so we get it from a different angle. But they tried. You could tell they were trying to keep a balance where they didn't want to like push the true fans away. You got to get T-Rex in that movie at some point. You got to get Velociraptors in there at some point, pterodactyls, you name it. But yeah, they had to like kind of ease you into those experimented dinosaurs. I wish we would have got more of that. I wish we would have got more of a backstory. I mean, you do get a backstory on what was going on the island, but I feel like they should have like explored that a little bit more and gave us more of what they were making, as opposed to like the shit going wrong. Yeah. I think that, I mean, I don't know how I hope they make another sequel. And if I could suggest something, along the line, this has nothing to do with this movie at all. But like, if I could be in a writing room and hey, pitch us the next Jurassic World movie or whatever, I really wish they would like explore some of the like the kids from the first movie, Hammond's kids or grandkids. I wish they would explore them like grown up now, like explore their stories a little bit more now they're grown up. Like my take on it would be the kid Tim being horrified from his experience at Jurassic Park, when he was a kid, to like he's from money, he's a Hammond, so he's like trying to blow up these islands like on some get back, spin the block on your island and murk these dinosaurs for the traumatization or whatever the case is. And that's how Scarlett Johansson, being a mercenary, maybe could step in. Another billionaire who maybe has another hidden agenda, might want to do something. I don't know, but I think they should explore storyline from the past Jurassic Park movies and kind of dig in. And I think using those Hammond grandkids would be a pretty cool. If they could spin it some way, I think that'd be a pretty cool way to keep the franchise going.
Oh, cool.
So
Really cool.
I just want to say something and kind of ask something. When you watch Jurassic Park, the plot is pretty much the same. Somebody's trying to do some research, then somebody a part of the team has an ulterior motive, and then things get messed up, and then they realize that dinosaurs can be around people, and then the movie ends. Is that pretty much what happens?
It's like that in all of them, yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like you want to see that, but you gotta, you gotta appreciate like certain ways that they like. I see where they were trying to go. I feel like they could have did a lot better with these experimented on dinosaurs. I thought they had a good thing with the Tyrannosaurus being able to swim. Like that's pretty cool. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't expect that to happen because you know in the last movies he just you got on water. He's like, nah, I ain't chasing that.
Swim with no arms.
How you gonna do that? How you gonna leave me? Yo, so I think like when they did that, I thought that was cool, and they could have did a lot more with some of those dinosaurs in creative ways. It just feels like, oh, let's just make some crazy looking dinosaurs and see what happens.
Yeah.
But
it's the same thing, man. They're just cross-genning. They're cross-genning these dinosaurs, making new ones. They end up becoming killer dinosaurs, yada, yada, yada. Bring on Jurassic Park 8, directed by Joey.
Yeah. Put me in the room, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Little Timmy.
Oh. What you think, Speedy? What do you think? What are you giving it? Because you don't give it a 10. Apparently, you do 5 stars. So, what do you give it out of 5 stars?
I give it the jump. It's like it's getting a 5, and I kind of want to give it a 4. But yeah, out of 10. I've never been a really big Jurassic Park fan, but I appreciate the movie. I appreciate the original, and some of the other Jurassic Worlds were actually not bad. Some of them were not as great, as better than others. But this one, I got what I expected. And I think there's a lot of pacing issues. I agree with Joey there. There is like some script logic problems. That could have been fixed with just a simple rewrite. You know what I mean? The family and different other aspects of the plot, but it's doesn't quite take you out of the movie. It's just a little bit unbelievable. Even though it's a movie about.
Are they going into alive. Like Fast and the Furious territory or Mission Impossible territory?
There was one scene though that kind
like raptors making omelets like that.
Yeah, and
raptors.
I mean, he likes to swimming.
You know how you feel like Vin Diesel's about to like fall off a bridge and then magically a car just swoops in and just catches him and he just lands right in the seat.
Right.
There was a moment like that.
Yeah. There's also there's that. There's also I feel like the movie like digressed into these horror movie tropes, where the protagonists are doing dumb things that they shouldn't even be trying to do and putting themselves in situations that they need to. And I always think that's lazy writing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't need to. I get it. Like if it's a slasher flick, whatever. But it's not. It's Jurassic World. But other than that, it was entertaining. It was a good time at the movies. The action was great. Every time a dinosaur was on scene, it was great. Animation and graphics and special effects, all that good stuff. When I was watching, every time there was a dinosaur, I was like, man, I wonder how they recorded that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it looks so great. It looks so real. Scarlett Johansson, Jesus just stare at a movie with her all
Oh, yeah,
for
you
2
can-
hours, and you're gonna have a good
literally.
time. The movie could be about nothing. You know what I mean? So
Legit.
she's wonderful.
Because she's
And
not like her attractive. That's weird. No, I'm
yeah,
just
it was entertaining, and but it definitely has, it's not the best movie of the year, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I had problems with some of the pacing and some of the plot issues. Not really plot holes, just like plot curves. You know what I mean? Kind of like, it would have made more sense done this way, but whatever, we're here. You know what I mean? And that's it. Other than that, also, I get why they introduced the family. They're trying to target families, and they got a cute dragon. They got a cute dinosaur as well, So I get it. They're trying to market to the families, but then like these dinosaurs are swallowing humans like I eat boiled eggs in the morning. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it's nuts. You know what I mean? Where's the fine line between family friendly and
Right.
you know what I mean? Because like even in the Jurassic Park, like the Netflix show, like they show a little bit of them,
Cartoon?
murking some humans, but it's like there's a cartoon on Netflix. There's a bunch of shows. Yeah, all that stuff. They show it's kind of like inferred that they chomped on some humans less than shown. You know what I mean? So not saying that they shouldn't have done that, but I think it's a little weird them trying to market to kids when these dinosaurs are swallowing humans whole and stuff. But other than that, some dinosaurs eat humans, and it's a good time at the movies. And I give it a 5 out of 10.
Bring back Jeff Goldblum.
That's my review.
Oh, there was a lot of callbacks, like scenarios too, that you've seen in previous movies. Like a lot of callbacks. Like, oh, I remember this exact same scenario from this movie. They literally copy pasted certain scenarios from previous Jurassic Park movies. Mostly the first one.
Do I need
And the altered dinosaur did look really crazy. I was like, okay.
Do I need to catch up to watch this Jurassic Park?
I'd watch the first. I'd watch the first one probably.
It's a springboard. It's a springboard movie. You can just jump into it.
Yes, I'd watch the first one.
So are you? I think Joey said something before. Are you excited for another one? Because there's supposed to be 2 more that comes after this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I walked out and I said, "Please, no more."
No, I
said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jurassic Park people, Jurassic World people. Please, no more."
One above the previous 2. I rank it above Dominion, and I rank it above Fallen Kingdom, because I felt like Dominion didn't have a lot to do. I mean, it had to do with dinosaurs, but it really dealt with locusts. Like it was just these giant ass locusts just killing harvests, and that was like kind of like the main kind of plot for the movie, is trying to figure out where the hell he's coming from. But and then Fallen Kingdom, it like it was like a poor man's lost world. You know, I didn't like that. I wasn't really too big of a fan. I mean, again, Jurassic World fan. I appreciate the movies are entertaining, but if I had to rank, I'm putting this one above the previous 2.
Okay.
Fair enough. There you go. Jurassic World, giant ass locusts.
Don't bring them.
Hey, you can't put
back, bro.
You can't put the hyphen there, the semicolon or whatever.
Yeah, there's no semicolons. Okay?
No semicolons.
Yeah.
Semicolons.
Oh man, what else? What else are we talking about today, guys?
Ask y'all, man. Do you think they're revealing too much of this Superman movie? I feel like
a little bit. Yes.
Oh yeah. A little bit too much. I think they really want you to go see it, Tarek. I think they're targeting you. They want Tarek Lewis to go watch it.
And I don't like that. And you know what's crazy? I don't like not that I don't like them targeting Tarek, but I don't like the fact that they're showing too much of what's going on. Like I kind of want to go in there and kind of feel the movie out.
I haven't even watched it. Like whatever they leaked, I was like, man, I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm impressed about everything I've been seeing. I'm not saying it looks good. Don't get me. It's shot really well. Like it looks good, but I'm just not like excited about it. Is that weird?
No,
like it just doesn't. It doesn't feel right. Like you know what I'm saying. I just think because it's Superman, but he's teaming up with like the Justice Gang.
The Justice Squad, the Justice Gang, whatever they call themselves.
They're called the. I told you they were called the Justice Gang. You thought it was shit.
I thought it was a joke. I thought you were joking.
I had people in the chat making fun of me, like, "Oh, you know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Dude, they're called the Justice Gang," and they say it in the fucking trailer. So, fuck you for not believing in me first off. So, anyway,
I didn't doubt you. I just thought you were joking.
No, not you. I mean, the chat. The chat was trying to be like, "Oh no, that's bullshit. You're talking nonsense." Yeah, all right, whatever. About 3 months ago, I was telling you they were called the Justice Gang. Anyway, yeah, I just don't like the pair ups. I mean, I'm sure like when the movie kicks off and they start interacting and the dialogue is set, you know what I mean, and we're like there in the theater, it's gonna probably all make sense. But I'm just like from the outside, just being just a casual fan, I say, of Superman. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I'm a casual Superman fan. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like, why is Green Lantern not Hal Jordan or Jonathan Stewart? Why, you know what I mean? But mind you, these are deep, and I give it to James Gunn for being a nerd and just being really a deep comic book guy. So hopefully, like me as a casual fan, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But if when I see it on screen, that could possibly change my mind.
Yeah, apparently it's it's supposed to be part of this Elseworlds thing. I don't know if they're doing that actually, if that's just what comic book fans are saying or hoping.
Pocket dimensions. They're doing pocket dimensions. Watch.
Yeah. And it's just, I'm cryptoed out, man.
Yeah, I don't like the dog stuff, bro. I'm sorry. I maybe it's because my dog's a piece of shit to me, but right, let me stop messing with Charlie. I love Charlie. He's just an angry chihuahua. It's not his fault. It's just in his blood. Yeah. But like, dog lovers are gonna eat this shit up though. Rich is gonna cry.
Yeah,
Rich will cry at some point.
I'm more excited. I'm more excited watching King Charles on my reels.
You're gonna cry.
I might. If the dog better not die, I'll cry.
Yeah.
It can't die. It's a Kryptonian dog
too. Watch.
Yeah. So,
and that's how it leads into Supergirl.
It's just they're just revealing too much, and the mystery would have been better than showing me the whole mood of the movie. And I don't think we can't review it because I haven't seen it yet, of course. But it's like, man, I don't know if I want my Superman witty. I don't know if I want him witty and telling jokes.
Yeah, Superman. One thing which we talked about last time. They showed that dialogue between Lois and Clark Kent, and Clark. I feel like that's way too early for them to already know that he's Superman. But I don't know at what point that is in the movie. But that dialogue makes it seem like they've known for a while that Superman, Lois Lane, whatever. And one thing which you were just saying is like, Clark Kent was always nerdy, which made the reason why like it was so unbelievable that he was Superman.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that goes into the character. Again, like, are they doing too much? They got to sell this movie because I'm telling you, DC looks like it's in a bad spot right now. I feel like they feel a little pressure to do something now that Marvel's coming out with something. Every couple of months they have something they're sticking to their schedule right now for the most part, other than pushing back Doomsday and Secret Wars. But dude, I feel like they're showing way too much. Like Tarek said, like I feel like I pretty much watched a quarter of the movie already.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I don't like. Mr. Terrific floating around looks weird.
Hey, it looks weird. It's just. Granted, nothing to take away from people who are fans of these characters from the comics, but it's like, again, when you adapt these things on screen, and I mean, I understand that James Gunn's kind of has this, I wouldn't, lack of a better word, like wacky, like vision. You know what I'm saying? He's the kid who took all the toys out the toy box and was, you know what I'm saying, and like pinning them up together and playing around, whatever. But he, and that's kind of what he's treating these movies like. Again. We've been saying this for a long time. A lot's riding on this movie for the DCU to really, expand and keep, this is the stepping stone. Like Creature Commandos technically is the first of James Gunn's thing, and that was a great don't get me wrong, that was a great cartoon show actually. But this is like the, you know what I mean? Like you're using Superman, probably like top 3 and superheroes of all time, and you really have to, hit it out the park with this one, because this is going to be a bad look on James Gunn if this movie sucks ass. And I don't wish that upon him. I really want to see him do more characters, but when he drops that timeline and I'm seeing Clayface has a standalone movie, like, motherfuckers don't give a shit about no Clayface and no standalone movie like that. Where do you? Oh, I saw this script somebody wrote. It looked good. It's gonna be a cool horror movie. Yeah, but like, bro, don't do the Sony shit where you bring the fucking villains in and there's no and they're and it's from Batman's or Spider-Man's rogue gallery, and you're telling the story like, motherfucker, I want to see Batman on screen. I want to see Spider-Man on screen if he's gonna be fighting any of these motherfuckers that are gonna be touching the screen at all. Like, they shouldn't have a story at all. I don't care how good the story is. That shit's never going to translate into anything box office, because the casual fan, granted, I love Clayface. I loved watching Clayface on the TV show and Batman animated series growing up. Bro, that shit don't translate the same to the casual fan. That talks to me, but I want these shits to do good, and doing those type of dumbass movies, the script could be good. Like, but doing those type of movies turns people off that don't know shit about that.
My thing is too is like, you've already backed yourself in a corner too. People were the Snyderverse took damn near 10 years to do, and you were already backed in a corner and rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when you took that away. Then you canceled all of these other movies that were already in production, out of production, whatever it was. There was a Batwoman, there was like, all of these things canceled. So it's like, now everybody's waiting and they're anticipating what James Gunn's gonna do, because he had so much success with the MCU. And now it's like, all right, we're gonna get a hard reset, but not just a hard reset. We're gonna get a reset where they're not even going to tell us what's going to happen or what they're going to do.
Facts. Right. And not to cut you off real quick, like, going back to the timeline, The Authority, that's not getting made anymore. No. You see that there's little, rumors flying around of looking for the Wonder Woman, because that Lost Paradise shit is probably not going to fly over well, which is but it will. I think it'll do okay if it's on Max, and he leaves it in there. But bro, like, you ain't got no Wonder Woman, you ain't got no Batman right now, you ain't got no Flash. You're doing Green Lantern.
Not only do we not have a Batman, we got left off with a George Clooney Batman in the Flashpoint movie
for no reason. That's
why I'm gonna,
as a joke, really, as a joke.
That was weird.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a James Gunn joke.
Yeah,
at our expense.
And then at the end of the movie, you're like, all right, so is Flash in the wrong universe? Or is it gonna continue where it's like, is that the Batman now?
Well, Ezra ain't coming back. Ezra's gone.
He's out.
No, Ezra's definitely gone. I know that, but what I'm saying is, like,
Flash is he was fucking with time so much that he ruined his entire timeline. So now whatever got left off there with the George Clooney at the end, that's where he's living.
Gone. but then you find Aquaman at the end of that movie. So it's like, again, so many questions at the end of all these movies, which you could have probably continued, but now you ruin it because you're like, all right, we're going to just do a hard reset. New Superman, Robert Pattinson, we don't even know if he's going to be a Batman, but that movie is going to come out.
He's not going to be that Batman, but he'll be elsewhere, because they did. That's news right there. The Batman 2 script is officially done.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. All right, if you really don't like the multiverse stuff of the Marvel side things,
you're gonna hate this.
You're gonna hate what's coming for DC, because James Gunn is gonna go full weird DC multiverse, Elseworlds, whatever the heck he fucking feels like doing, and let happen.
Just what they should do? It should either be the universe from Brightburn,
that'd be kind of cool.
That universe, or it should be Peacemaker's universe, because Peacemaker I liked, and I am curious to see.
Dude, I'm more excited.
I don't know where that fits.
I'm more excited for season 2 of Peacemaker than I am for Superman.
Yeah, I was excited for Superman until they started showing me everything. Now I'm like, um, so they got to figure that out. And DC normally their animated stuff does good, but when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths, that was like the weakest animation film series of films I've ever seen from DC.
Yeah.
So they do need a win. Penguin was good.
Penguin was very good. Yes.
Penguin was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
But
I love the mafioso take on the Penguin.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, everything else is a question mark.
Yes.
One thing they better not do. Listen, you're gonna do a hard reset. Do it. One thing you better not do is change Wonder Woman, because once you do that, I'm telling you that shit is going to fail.
They're going to change Wonder Woman.
Oh, I know.
You got to prepare yourself already. They're going to. It's not going to. They're going to change Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they're gonna change that. I think there's like some pages that are posting like their
Gal Gadot is the perfect Wonder Woman.
Nah, I mean, they're probably gonna go younger. And there's a rumor flying around about which young actress that they're gonna get to play her. But that's gonna come out real soon. So as soon as the Superman movie, I think he's holding off on all these announcements until the Superman movie does good, because you haven't seen him talk about. You notice that not a lot of shit has been greenlit. Only the TV shows, Green Lantern, and Supergirl. Right now, the only two things that are really moving, and Peacemaker 2. But Peacemaker 2 is going to come into this world through the pocket dimension. That was talking about. That's where Lex Luthor. This is my prediction. Don't you know? What I mean, this is me just not. This is the commercial giving me too much information. Okay, this is my prediction. The Lex Luthor, the big ass kaiju that's in the movie that he fights, that you see 1,000 times in the trailers, that's coming out of a pocket dimension. You saw when the street cracks, and it's like all blue and shit.
Yeah.
That's the pocket dimension crossing over into the world, into like hit their universe.
Yeah.
So Lex Luthor has discovered a pocket dimension, and if you go back and watch Peacemaker season 1, Peacemaker's pops was in a pocket dimension. He had it in his closet. He just opened the door, and then the whole shit opened up. That's the pocket dimension.
That's the plot hole to insert wherever the heck James Gunn wants.
That's everything that he's gonna throw into his universe. He's gonna use
pocket dimension. Here it is.
Easy fix.
Easy fix. You see?
Well, if he can fix it, I mean, it is a mess. So if he can fix it, then let him fix it. Just like the X-Men universe on the Fox side started to become a mess. We all want Marvel to fix it somehow. But
it does.
Man,
it messy.
I'm with Rich. There's a lot weighing.
Let's end on a interesting note. Yeah. Let's end the show on an interesting note, because I don't think we've talked about this.
Oh yeah, I was just about to bring that up, dude.
For the Street Fighter movie.
I wasn't sure if this was real.
No, they just cast Bison today.
It's so real that Rolling Stones reporting on it.
Dot Man is Bison.
Oh wow.
Polka Dot Man is Bison.
Which I think is crazy.
50 Balrog is cool. The Andrew Schultz as
Andrew Koji as Ryu, I'm cool with that. Like, I like that. That's really cool.
I saw some more rumors today. Of course, Roman Reigns is going to be playing Akuma. 50 Cent's going to be playing Balrog. Jason Momoa is going to be Blanca.
That's dope.
And then Andrew Koji.
Kaina Liang as Chun-Li. I've never seen her or anything.
Andrew Koji, you remember from Bullet Train. He's going to be Ryu. But I also saw a rumor today going along with the Roman Reigns as Akuma. I saw that Guile might be played. A lot of people, it was rumored that Alan Richmond was going to do it.
Right.
They're looking at Cody Rhodes to possibly play this guy.
I like them both. I like
Akuma for sure. I like Roman Reigns as Akuma. But the battle scene between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes,
that's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna translate on Raw.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be fire.
Yeah, there's definitely somebody in that marketing department looking up that right now.
I was sold on Alan Richmond. Don't get me wrong. Love him in Reacher. Love him in everything new that he's been doing.
I don't know. Him doing Sonic Booms and
I don't know. But
Maybe.
I don't know about. I'm not. I don't really know about Cody Rhodes' acting skills. I know Alan Richman's a really good actor, but if anything, as a WWE fan and wrestling fan, I would be excited to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns do it on the big screen. That would be fire.
Pause. Let me just put that in there.
Yeah, pause. Pause. Hey yo, no Diddy. Are we doing some news now?
Whoever you want, man. We're at the end.
Yes. My news. Other than that, I was going to talk about the Street Fighter thing, but Pokemon fans, because Pokemon's huge. If you guys are into the Pokemon cards, July 18th is going to be the drop of Pokemon White and Pokemon Black, which are going to be the new sets that are coming out, and then in September. They're going to be doing a Mega Evolution drop for new cards. So you're going to be getting 2 sets within the next couple of months for Pokemon. As far as Black and White goes, the ETBs are going to be dropping July 18th. And then on August 1st is going to be the Tech Sticker Collection, which is like 3 boosters. And then you're going to have booster bundles dropping around August 22nd, which comes with like 6 packs. The people that collect cards, y'all know what I'm talking about.
There we are.
All right, man. I think that's it. For the show today. You got something else?
Wait.
You got?
We got to talk about Eyes of Wakanda trailer dropped.
Yeah.
That's coming to Disney Plus August 27th. It looks okay. It's just kind of going through the Wakandan history.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Daniel RPK reported that Spider-Man Brave, what was it? Brand New Day Spider-Man will reportedly team up with Punisher to take down Savage Hulk. So now we got confirmation that Savage Hulk is going to be a thing in this. And the way they're going to use, and my prediction on the way they're going to spin how Hulk turns to Savage Hulk is through the Void.
Okay.
So when the Void was happening and kind of taking over, it messed with David Banner's head.
Yeah.
So and that kind of reset him back.
So his feelings got hurt. So now he's Savage Hulk again. That's crazy.
There you go.
That's all we needed. That's all we needed. All right, guys.
And it starts. And Spider-Man Brand New Day starts filming this month and drops next year. This same time. We're excited for it next year.
All right,
we're excited for it. All right, guys, that's it for the show today. Go watch the other next 3 episodes of Ironheart if it so pleases you too. Joey, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
On the grams, all socials at Joey Franchise, at Franchise on Film.
Mr. Rich Ortiz.
Richie_Ortiz, as you see here. And if you're not seeing it, RICHIE_ORTIZ. All social media platforms.
Mr. Tarek Lewis.
The Tarek Lewis on Instagram and also on YouTube.
All right. And you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. Follow the show, Geek Culture Congress Podcast on Instagram. Subscribe to the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, the official live home on YouTube for the show. Be a part of the show when we go live and comment. Just shout out to Goon without me for hanging out with us. Also, Mama Bear. Yeah, Dustin. Everyone who's checking in on the live feed. And if you're watching the replay of this on Wild 94.1's YouTube channel, thank you. Thank you very much. And if you're listening to this...
shout out to Speedy for getting a fucking Geek Culture Congress shirt and not telling the squad, son.
I ordered it myself. Got it myself.
I thought I missed the show and y'all discussed it. And it was like, well, you missed the show.
No, I made a shirt to go to a con one time. Let's also shout out the YouTube channel, the podcast feed if you're listening to the audio version of this. And if you just want to consume it as an audio podcast version, look for Geek Culture Congress Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday. Yeah, to the show. I feel like we're gonna go see Superman.
Yeah,
Joey,
next week.
There's no show next Tuesday.
Yeah,
no show next Tuesday. No show next Tuesday. So then I'm on vacation. So I don't know what you guys are going to do. You guys are welcome to do a show about Superman while I'm gone.
Yeah,
all right?
We'll figure it out.
All right, guys. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.